In those quiet moments before you drift off to sleep, you possess a unique opportunity. It is in this drowsy, relaxed state that the doorway between your conscious mind and the deeper, more powerful subconscious opens. This is the time when your thoughts, feelings, and intentions carry the greatest weight, and it is during this time that you can ask the universe for anything you desire and expect to receive it. The subconscious mind is one of the most powerful forces in your life, constantly shaping your reality, often without your conscious awareness. It is always active, processing information, influencing your decisions, and guiding your emotions. Yet, unlike the conscious mind, it doesn't work through logic or reasoning. It operates through patterns, emotions, and deeply held beliefs. The real magic of the subconscious mind lies in its ability to translate your thoughts and feelings into physical experiences. It takes whatever you impress upon it and turns it into your reality. Your subconscious mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant, whether they are thoughts of success, abundance, love, or even fear and doubt, will grow and flourish. It doesn't discriminate between what is good or bad for you. It only responds to the impressions that are made upon it. This is why it's so important to become aware of what you feed into your subconscious. If you constantly focus on lack, fear, or limitations, your subconscious will produce experiences that mirror those thoughts. But if you impress upon it images of success, health, love, and abundance, it will bring those very things into your life. The power of the subconscious is most accessible during the moments just before sleep. At this time, the conscious mind begins to quiet, and the subconscious becomes more receptive. This transition between wakefulness and sleep is a state of mind where your thoughts and feelings are absorbed more deeply by your subconscious. It's in these moments that you have the greatest opportunity to direct the subconscious toward what you desire, making this time incredibly valuable. During this window, your subconscious mind is like a sponge, soaking up whatever you focus on. If you go to bed worrying, feeling anxious, or thinking about things you don't want, you are programming your subconscious to continue creating those negative experiences. However, if you use this time to focus on your desires, to visualize what you want to achieve, and to feel the emotions of already having it, you are giving your subconscious mind clear instructions to manifest those experiences in your life. The subconscious mind doesn't just act as a passive receiver of your thoughts. It is constantly working to bring them into physical form. It influences your behaviors, shapes your responses to situations, and even interacts with the world around you in ways you may not fully understand. For example, if you consistently focus on being successful before you fall asleep, your subconscious will begin to influence your actions in a way that aligns with that success. You may find yourself making decisions, taking actions, or meeting people that lead you closer to your goal, seemingly by chance, but in reality your subconscious mind has been guiding you all along. It is also essential to understand that the subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. This means that if you vividly imagine something before sleep, whether it's success, love, or any other desire, your subconscious will accept it as real. It will treat your visualization as though it is a part of your current experience and will begin to organize your life in a way that makes it come true. This is why it's crucial to focus on what you want to experience rather than on what you don't want. When you impress a positive image onto your subconscious mind before sleep, it starts to work immediately to bring that image into your waking life. This process of influencing the subconscious is not about forcing or struggling to make things happen. In fact, the more relaxed and detached you are, the more effective the process becomes. By simply focusing on what you desire and allowing the feeling of already having it to sink deeply into your mind before sleep, you are setting the stage for the subconscious to work on your behalf, effortlessly drawing your desire to you. The subconscious mind is also deeply connected to the larger energy field of the universe. When you impress your desires upon it, you are not only affecting your personal thoughts and actions, but also sending out signals into the universe. This energy begins to align with people, circumstances, and events that match the vibration of what you are focusing on. So the more consistent and clear your impressions are, the faster the universe can respond to them. As you make this a regular practice, you will begin to notice changes in your life. You'll encounter opportunities you couldn't have anticipated, meet people who help you along your path, or experience events that lead you toward your goal. These changes are not coincidences, they are the direct result of your subconscious mind acting on the instructions you've given it. The power of the subconscious mind is not limited to any one area of life. Whether you want to improve your health, attract love, achieve financial success, or manifest any other desire, the process is the same. The subconscious is always listening, always working to bring into reality what you impress upon it. It is a silent partner in your life, working tirelessly behind the scenes to create your world based on the thoughts, feelings, and images you feed it. Understanding this power and learning how to harness it, especially in the moments before sleep, can transform your life. You are not limited by your current circumstances. Instead, you have the ability to shape and mold your future by consistently impressing positive, empowering images upon your subconscious mind. It is through this process that your desires become your reality. The moments before sleep are a unique and powerful time in the human experience, a time when the conscious mind begins to quiet and the subconscious mind becomes more accessible. This transition is often referred to as the bridge between sleep and reality, because it acts as a passageway from your waking thoughts to the deeper, more profound part of your mind. It is during this period that the line between what is imagined and what is real becomes blurred, and the impressions made upon the mind in these moments carry extraordinary weight. This is the time when you have the greatest opportunity to influence your reality by focusing your thoughts and desires in a purposeful way. In the waking state, your mind is busy processing the external world. You are thinking, analyzing, planning, and reacting to everything around you. However, as you move closer to sleep, the conscious mind starts to relax, allowing the subconscious mind to come forward. Unlike the conscious mind, which is bound by logic and reason, the subconscious operates in images, emotions, and symbols. It is this part of your mind that governs much of your life, influencing your beliefs, behaviors, and ultimately your experiences. The subconscious mind is not restricted by the limitations of the physical world. It simply takes what you impress upon it and works to bring it into your reality. This bridge between sleep and reality is so powerful because the subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. When you are in this state, your thoughts have a direct impact on your subconscious, and whatever you focus on during this time becomes deeply ingrained. The images and emotions that you hold in your mind just before sleep are absorbed into the subconscious, which then begins to organize your outer world in a way that reflects those thoughts. In essence, this period is when you are programming your reality. If you approach this time with intention, you can begin to use the bridge between sleep and reality to your advantage. Instead of allowing random thoughts or worries to dominate your mind, you can consciously choose to focus on what you want to manifest. Whether it's a specific goal, a feeling of peace, or an improvement in your circumstances, the moments before sleep are when you should vividly imagine these desires as already fulfilled. The clearer and more emotionally charged your visualization is, the more powerfully it will impact your subconscious. As you drift off to sleep, your mind enters a state where it is highly suggestible. This is why many people unknowingly bring their fears, anxieties, or frustrations into their waking life, because they fall asleep thinking about them. When you allow negative thoughts to dominate your mind in these moments, your subconscious takes them as instructions, and it begins to recreate those experiences in your life. The subconscious does not judge or filter these thoughts. It simply acts on whatever is most deeply impressed upon it. This is why it is crucial to consciously guide your thoughts toward what you want, rather than what you fear or lack. The bridge between sleep and reality also allows for a deeper connection to the larger universe. In this state, you are not only influencing your subconscious mind, but also sending out powerful signals to the universe itself. The universe is always responding to the energy you emit, and during this bridge state, that energy is magnified. The thoughts and emotions you hold before sleep carry a vibrational frequency that aligns you with similar energies in the universe. If you are focusing on abundance, success, or love, you are aligning yourself with those very frequencies, and the universe begins to move in response, orchestrating events, people, and circumstances to bring your desires into fruition. This bridge is also a time of surrender. As you drift closer to sleep, you naturally release control over your conscious thoughts, allowing the deeper part of your mind to take over. In doing so, you are handing over your desires to the subconscious and the universe, trusting that they will bring them into reality. It is not about forcing things to happen, but about aligning yourself with the outcomes you want and allowing the process to unfold naturally. The more you let go and trust, the more effortlessly your desires can manifest. What makes this transition between sleep and wakefulness so profound is its repetitive nature. Every night, without fail, you pass through this bridge. It is an opportunity that is always available to you, a time when you can consciously influence your future. By consistently focusing on your desires and aligning your thoughts with what you want to experience, you are training your subconscious to work for you. Over time, this becomes a natural process. Your subconscious mind will automatically begin to align your reality with the positive thoughts and images you impress upon it nightly. The bridge between sleep and reality is not just a moment of rest, it is a powerful tool for transformation. It is a time when the boundaries of the physical world dissolve, and your inner world has the power to shape the outer. By using this time wisely, you are setting the stage for your life to unfold in alignment with your highest desires. The key is consistency, clarity, and emotion. When you approach this time with intention, your subconscious mind will take over, and your life will begin to reflect the images and feelings you hold during these sacred moments. The principle of focusing on what you want rather than what you lack is fundamental to shaping your reality. It is easy to get caught up in the things that seem to be missing from your life, whether it's financial security, love, success, or personal fulfillment. When you focus on these perceived deficiencies, you unwittingly reinforce them, giving more energy and attention to what you don't have. The mind, whether consciously or unconsciously, works on the principle of attraction. Whatever thoughts you consistently hold and the emotions that accompany them become the blueprint for your experiences. If you dwell on what's missing, you end up attracting more of that lack into your life. Focusing on lack creates a negative feedback loop. When you constantly think about what you don't have, you reinforce the feeling of scarcity and limitation. This mental state lowers your vibration, creating a sense of frustration, doubt, and helplessness. The more you dwell on not having something, the more you notice its absence, which continues to manifest similar experiences in your reality. In this way, focusing on lack keeps you stuck in a cycle of wanting and not having, unable to break free from the very circumstances you wish to escape. It becomes a self-perpetuating pattern that hinders growth, expansion, and the achievement of your goals. On the other hand, when you shift your attention to what you want, you begin to change the entire dynamic. Focusing on what you desire brings a sense of possibility, hope, and even excitement. It opens the door to new opportunities because your mind starts to work toward the fulfillment of those desires rather than constantly seeking evidence of their absence. This is where the power of intention and visualization comes into play. When you direct your energy toward what you truly want, you begin to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with that vision. The universe responds to this alignment by bringing you the resources, people, and circumstances necessary to turn your desires into reality. The key here is not just to think about what you want in a fleeting or passive way, but to embody the feeling of already having it. The subconscious mind responds most powerfully to emotions, not just thoughts. When you focus on your desires with a sense of excitement, gratitude, and anticipation, you are signaling to your subconscious that this is your reality. It doesn't matter whether your desire has manifested in the physical world, yet what matters is that you consistently hold the feeling of already possessing it. This creates a vibrational match between your internal state and the external world, leading to the eventual manifestation of your desires. Focusing on what you want also means letting go of the struggle. Many people make the mistake of trying to force their desires into existence by obsessing over them or worrying about how they will come to pass. This only reinforces the underlying belief that you don't have what you want, which brings you back to a state of lack. Instead, focusing on what you want should feel light, joyful, and inspiring. It's about maintaining a clear vision while trusting the process, knowing that your desires are already on their way to you. The more you align yourself with the feeling of having, the less effort is required to make it a reality. In this process, the mind plays a crucial role that it tends to gravitate toward whatever you give the most attention to, so it's essential to be mindful of where your focus lies. If you find yourself repeatedly thinking about your problems, debts, or unfulfilled desires, it's time to redirect those thoughts toward what you want instead. This doesn't mean ignoring the realities of your situation or pretending that challenges don't exist. It simply means that you are choosing to give more mental and emotional energy to the solution than to the problem. For example, if you want more financial abundance, focus on the feeling of financial security and freedom rather than worrying about your bills or debts. If you desire a loving relationship, imagine yourself already in a harmonious and fulfilling partnership rather than lamenting over the absence of love in your life. When you practice this consistently, your mind begins to adopt this new reality, and soon enough, your external world reflects it. Another critical aspect of this shift in focus is gratitude. When you focus on what you want, it's important to also acknowledge the good things you already have in your life. Gratitude amplifies the energy of abundance because it places you in a state of receiving. It's a way of telling the universe that you are open to more of what you appreciate. Gratitude turns your focus away from lack and onto the things that are already working for you, which creates a positive feedback loop of more to be grateful for. The more you appreciate, the more you receive, because gratitude naturally aligns you with the frequency of abundance. Focusing on what you want is not about denial or wishful thinking. It is about directing your energy in a deliberate way that supports the realization of your desires. It's about choosing to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and trusting that the universe is constantly working in your favor, even when you can't see it. Every time you focus on what you want, rather than what you lack, you take a step closer to manifesting it. You begin to notice shifts in your mindset, in the way you interact with the world, and in the opportunities that present themselves to you. The practice of focusing on what you want transforms your reality from the inside out. It changes your relationship with yourself, your circumstances, and the universe. Instead of living in a state of lack, you begin to live in a state of expectation, knowing that your desires are already making their way to you. And as you consistently focus on what you want, you will witness how the universe responds, bringing your desires into full manifestation in ways that are often more magnificent than you could have ever imagined. Visualizing with intention is one of the most powerful tools available for shaping your reality. The act of visualization goes beyond mere daydreaming or idle imagination. It involves a deliberate and focused process of creating vivid mental images of what you desire, paired with a strong emotional connection. When done with intention, visualization becomes a dynamic method for influencing both your subconscious mind and the larger universe, aligning your inner world with the outcomes you want to experience in the physical world. It is a way of preparing your mind to accept your desires as already fulfilled, which accelerates their manifestation in reality. The key to successful visualization lies in its intentionality. Many people visualize sporadically or without any clear focus, and as a result, they may not see the changes they seek. However, when you visualize with a specific purpose in mind, your mental images become a blueprint for your future. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply acts on the strongest impressions it receives. By visualizing with intention, you are creating strong, clear impressions that your subconscious will use to shape your actions, beliefs, and ultimately your circumstances. Intentional visualization begins with clarity. You must know exactly what you want to experience before you can effectively visualize it. This clarity ensures that you are sending a focused signal to both your mind and the universe. Without a clear vision, your energy becomes scattered, and your desires remain unformed. To visualize with intention, you need to define your goal in as much detail as possible. Whether it's a new career, improved health, a relationship, or financial success, your vision should be specific. Vague desires result in vague outcomes, while a clear, detailed vision sets the stage for precise manifestations. Once you have clarity, the next step is to immerse yourself in the experience of having already achieved your desire. This is where intention truly makes a difference. You are not merely thinking about what you want, you are living it in your mind. Visualize yourself in the desired situation as if it is already happening. Feel the emotions associated with the realization of your goal. The more real and vivid you can make this mental experience, the more powerfully it will impact your subconscious mind. The feelings that accompany your visualization are just as important as the images themselves. Emotions are the language of the subconscious, and by connecting positive, powerful emotions to your vision, you are sending a strong message to your mind about what you want to create. Visualization with intention also involves consistency. Manifesting your desires isn't about visualizing once and expecting immediate results. It requires regular practice where you intentionally focus on your vision until it becomes a part of you. By consistently holding this vision in your mind, you reinforce the belief that it is possible and already on its way. Each time you visualize, you strengthen the connection between your conscious desires and your subconscious mind's ability to bring them into being. Repetition creates familiarity, and the more familiar a vision becomes, the more real it feels, both mentally and emotionally. In addition to consistency, the timing of your visualizations can amplify their effectiveness. The moments just before sleep and immediately upon waking are particularly powerful times to visualize because your brain is in a relaxed state, making it more receptive to suggestion. In these moments, the boundary between your conscious and subconscious mind is thin, allowing your mental images and emotions to penetrate deeply. By visualizing during these times, you plant your desires into your subconscious, which then begins to work on them throughout the night or during the day, even when you are not actively thinking about them. Intentional visualization is not just about seeing the desired outcome, it's about feeling it. You must embody the emotions, sensations, and even the physical reactions that you would have if your desire were already realized. If you are visualizing success, feel the pride, excitement, and satisfaction that comes with achieving your goal. If you are visualizing a relationship, feel the love, connection, and joy of being with your partner. The stronger the emotional charge behind your visualization, the more effective it becomes. This is because your emotions serve as the fuel that powers your visualization, making it more likely to manifest in reality. Another important aspect of visualizing with intention is maintaining an attitude of belief and expectation. When you visualize, you are not simply imagining a distant possibility, you are mentally rehearsing something that is already yours. You must approach your visualization with the confidence that what you are seeing and feeling will come to pass. Doubt and fear have no place in intentional visualization because they send mixed signals to your mind and the universe. Instead, approach your visualization with the certainty that your desires are already on their way and that you are aligning yourself with their fulfillment. It is also essential to remain open to the way in which your desires may manifest. Sometimes the exact scenario you visualize may not unfold exactly as you imagined, but the essence of your desire will come to pass in a way that is aligned with your highest good. Visualizing with intention doesn't mean you are controlling every detail of the outcome, rather. It is about setting a clear direction and allowing the universe to orchestrate the best possible path to bring it to you. Trust the process and let go of the need to know exactly how or when your desires will materialize. Visualizing with intention is about becoming a co-creator of your reality. You are not passively waiting for life to happen to you. You are actively shaping it through the power of your focused thoughts and emotions. Your mind is a powerful tool, and when used intentionally, it can transform your life in ways that go beyond what you might currently believe is possible. By consistently visualizing with purpose, clarity, and emotion, you set in motion the forces that bring your desires from the realm of imagination into the realm of reality. Feeling is the key to unlocking the power of manifestation. While thoughts and visualization are crucial aspects of the process, it is the emotions and feelings associated with those thoughts that truly drive the realization of your desires. Feelings are the language of the subconscious mind, and they act as the bridge between your internal world and the external experiences you wish to create. Simply thinking about what you want is not enough. You must feel as if your desire is already fulfilled, because it is through this feeling that you align yourself with the energy of what you want to manifest. The role of feeling in manifestation is deeply connected to the law of vibration. Everything in the universe, including your thoughts and emotions, operates at a certain frequency. The things you desire, whether it's love, wealth, success, or personal growth, also exist on specific vibrational frequencies. In order to attract those things into your life, you must first match their frequency. This is where feeling comes into play. When you feel as if you already have what you desire, you raise your vibration to align with that of your desire. The universe responds to this vibrational alignment by bringing you experiences that match your feelings. Feelings are powerful because they are immediate and visceral. They bypass the logical mind and go straight to the heart of your experience. When you truly feel something, it becomes real to you on a deep level. This is why emotions such as joy, gratitude, excitement, and love are so effective in the manifestation process. When you feel these emotions in relation to your desire, you are essentially telling the universe, "This is my reality." Your subconscious mind, which cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined, takes this feeling as truth and begins to work toward bringing it into physical form. One of the most important aspects of feeling as the key to manifestation is that it shifts your focus from a state of lack to a state of abundance. Many people approach their desires from a place of wanting, which inherently implies that they do not currently have what they seek. This creates a sense of lack, and focusing on lack only attracts more of it. However, when you focus on the feeling of already having what you desire, you move out of the vibration of lack and into the vibration of fulfillment. This shift in feeling is what activates the manifestation process. For example, if you are trying to manifest financial abundance, it's not enough to just think about money or visualize yourself having more of it. You must feel the emotions associated with financial freedom, such as relief, security, empowerment, and gratitude. You feel as if your financial worries are already behind you, as if you have already achieved the abundance you seek. The more you can generate these feelings in your everyday life, the more you will attract circumstances that reflect financial abundance. This applies to any desire, whether it's related to relationships, career, health, or personal fulfillment. The feeling of already having what you want is the magnetic force that draws it to you. It's important to note that feelings are not something you can force or fake. They must be genuine in order to have an effect. If you are trying to feel joyful but are inwardly frustrated, your true feeling will dominate your vibration. This is why it's crucial to practice techniques that help you cultivate positive emotions naturally. One effective method is to use memories or past experiences that evoke the feelings you want to generate. For instance, if you want to manifest love, think about a time when you felt deeply loved and appreciated. Relive that experience in your mind and let the emotions wash over you. By doing this, you are conditioning your subconscious to associate those positive feelings with your current desire. Another way to harness the power of feeling is through gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational states you can be in, and it instantly aligns you with the energy of abundance. When you feel grateful for what you already have, you send out a signal to the universe that you are open to receiving more. Gratitude shifts your focus away from what's missing and toward what's already working in your life. This creates a positive feedback loop, where the more you feel grateful, the more reasons you will have to be grateful. Gratitude amplifies your feelings of abundance and accelerates the manifestation process. Feeling also requires trust and faith in the process. Many people struggle to fully engage their feelings because they are too focused on the external evidence of their desires. They want to see results before they allow themselves to feel as if their desires are already fulfilled. However, this mindset creates a barrier to manifestation because it keeps you in a state of waiting rather than receiving. In order to truly harness the power of feeling, you must let go of the need for immediate proof and trust that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring your desires into reality. Your job is not to control how or when your desires will manifest, but to maintain the feeling of having them already. Feeling is also what transforms your actions. When you consistently feel as if your desire is already fulfilled, your actions naturally align with that belief. You begin to make decisions and take steps that are in harmony with the reality you are creating. This is often referred to as acting as if where your behavior mirrors the state of already having what you want. For example, if you are manifesting success, you might find yourself taking bolder actions, networking with more confidence, or pursuing opportunities that align with your vision. Your feelings guide your actions, and your actions bring your desires closer to fruition. Feeling is the key that unlocks the door to manifestation because it bridges the gap between thought and reality. It raises your vibration to match that of your desire, shifts your focus from lack to abundance, and conditions your subconscious mind to accept your desires as truth. By cultivating the feelings associated with already having what you want, you activate the universal forces that bring your desires into physical form. Feelings are the driving force behind manifestation, and by mastering this emotional state, you can create the life you truly desire. Asking with conviction is an essential part of the manifestation process. It goes beyond simply requesting something from the universe. It involves a deep-rooted belief that what you are asking for is not only possible but already on its way to you. Conviction is the inner confidence and unwavering faith that your desires will be fulfilled. When you ask with conviction, you are not merely hoping or wishing for something to happen. You are stating it as a reality, as a fact that you know will come to pass. This kind of certainty shifts the energy around your desire and opens the pathway for its realization. At its core, asking with conviction means trusting in the power of the universe and in your ability to co-create your reality. Many people ask for what they want, but they do so with doubt or hesitation. They may say they want something, but deep down, they question whether they truly deserve it or whether it's even possible. This doubt weakens their request and sends mixed signals to the universe. When you ask without conviction, it's as if you're placing a conditional order. You are unsure, so the results are uncertain. However, when you ask with certainty and clarity, you eliminate doubt and align yourself fully with the outcome you seek. Conviction begins with a clear and focused intention. Before you can ask the universe for what you want, you need to know exactly what that is. A vague or scattered desire will lead to vague results. Conviction requires precision. You must be able to articulate your desire with confidence and clarity. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. You need to define what success or happiness looks like for you. The clearer and more specific you are about what you want, the stronger your conviction will be when you ask for it. This clarity fuels your belief, and that belief is what transforms your request from a mere wish into a powerful declaration. Once you have clarity, the next step is to cultivate a deep sense of belief in the possibility of your desire. Conviction is rooted in belief in yourself, in the universe, and in the process of manifestation. When you ask with conviction, you are affirming that what you seek is not only possible but inevitable. This belief must be unshakable, regardless of external circumstances. Even if your current reality does not reflect your desire, you must hold on to the conviction that it is on its way. This is where many people falter. They let doubt creep in when they don't see immediate results. But true conviction remains steadfast, even in the face of uncertainty. Belief in yourself is a critical component of asking with conviction. You must believe that you are worthy of receiving what you ask for. Many people unknowingly sabotage their manifestations because they feel unworthy or undeserving of their desires. This internal conflict weakens their conviction and diminishes the power of their request. To ask with conviction, you must first cultivate a strong sense of self-worth. You need to know, deep within, that you are deserving of the love, success, abundance, or happiness that you seek. When you believe in your own worthiness, your conviction becomes unbreakable, and your request to the universe is infused with the energy of certainty. Another important aspect of asking with conviction is letting go of the need to control how or when your desire will manifest. Conviction is not about trying to force or manipulate the outcome. It's about trusting that the universe will deliver what you ask for in the right way and at the right time. Many people try to micromanage the process of manifestation, which only leads to frustration and disappointment. When you ask with conviction, you release the need to control the details and instead focus on maintaining your belief in the outcome. You trust that the universe has the perfect plan for bringing your desire to fruition, and you allow yourself to surrender to that process. Asking with conviction also involves emotional alignment. It's not just about what you say or think, but about how you feel. Your emotions are a powerful indicator of your level of conviction. When you feel confident, empowered, and excited about your desire, you are in alignment with the energy of having already received it. Conversely, if you feel anxious, doubtful, or fearful, you are not aligned with the outcome you seek. To ask with conviction, you must cultivate positive emotions that match the energy of your desire. This means feeling as if your request has already been granted, even before it has manifested in your physical reality. The more you can embody the emotions of already having what you want, the stronger your conviction will be. Another crucial element of conviction is persistence. When you ask with conviction, you do not give up easily. You understand that manifestation is a process, and you remain committed to your desire, no matter how long it takes. Conviction means holding on to your vision, even when the evidence around you suggests otherwise. It means continuing to believe in your desire, even when you face obstacles or setbacks. Many people give up on their desires too soon because they lose faith when things don't happen quickly enough. But asking with conviction means staying the course, knowing that delays are not denials, and that your desire is still on its way. Conviction also requires you to take inspired action. While asking is a critical part of the manifestation process, it is not a passive activity. Conviction moves you to act in alignment with your desires. When you truly believe that what you want is already on its way, you naturally begin to take steps that support that belief. This could mean pursuing opportunities, making decisions, or simply behaving as if your desire is already a reality. When your actions match your conviction, you create a powerful momentum that brings your desires closer to manifestation. Asking with conviction is about becoming a living embodiment of the outcome you desire. It is about speaking, thinking, and acting as if what you want is already yours. When you ask the universe with this level of certainty, you eliminate doubt and resistance, allowing your desire to flow effortlessly into your experience. Conviction transforms your request from a hopeful wish into a confident declaration. And it is this confidence that moves mountains, opens doors, and brings your desires to life. Releasing resistance is a critical aspect of manifesting what you desire, but it's also one of the most challenging. Resistance comes in many forms, from doubts and fears to old patterns of thinking and limiting beliefs. It's the inner block that stands between you and your manifestation, preventing the flow of your desire into reality. When you hold on to resistance, you are essentially holding on to the very things that are preventing you from receiving what you want. To manifest your desires, it is essential to let go of this resistance, allowing yourself to fully align with the outcome you seek. Resistance often arises from deeply ingrained beliefs about what is possible or impossible for you. These beliefs may come from past experiences, societal conditioning, or even the opinions of others. For example, if you've been taught that success requires struggle or that love is hard to find, these beliefs can create resistance to your ability to manifest success or love easily. The first step in releasing resistance is to recognize that it exists and to identify the specific beliefs that are holding you back. Awareness is key, because once you can see where your resistance lies, you can begin to dismantle it. One of the most common forms of resistance is doubt. When you doubt your ability to manifest something, you are essentially creating a barrier between yourself and your desire. Doubt weakens your belief in the process and introduces uncertainty, which disrupts the flow of manifestation. To release resistance, you must replace doubt with faith in yourself, in the universe, and in the power of your intention. This doesn't mean pretending that doubt doesn't exist, but rather acknowledging it and consciously choosing to let it go. You must decide that your desire is more powerful than your doubt, and that faith will guide you to the outcome you seek. Fear is another significant source of resistance. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, all of these can block your ability to manifest your desires. When you hold on to fear, you are sending mixed signals to the universe. On one hand, you are asking for something, but on the other hand, you are afraid of receiving it, or afraid of what might happen, if you don't. This inner conflict creates resistance that slows down or even stops the manifestation process. Releasing resistance means confronting your fears and trusting that whatever happens will ultimately serve your highest good. It means believing that the universe has your back and that there is nothing to fear in the manifestation process. Limiting beliefs also play a major role in resistance. These are the subconscious beliefs that tell you that you can't have what you want, that it's too difficult, or that you're not deserving. These beliefs often operate beneath the surface, so you may not even be aware that they are influencing your reality. Releasing resistance involves identifying and challenging these limiting beliefs. Ask yourself, what beliefs do I hold that are contrary to what I want to manifest? Once you identify these beliefs, you can begin to shift them. This may involve affirming new beliefs, visualizing new possibilities, or simply choosing to believe in a different outcome. The more you align your beliefs with what you want, the more you release the resistance that's been holding you back. Another way resistance shows up is through attachment to the outcome. When you are overly attached to how and when your desire will manifest, you create resistance by trying to control the process. Attachment to a specific outcome or timeline often stems from fear and lack of trust. You may feel that if things don't happen in a certain way, or within a certain time frame, they won't happen at all. This mindset creates tension and resistance, because you are not allowing the natural flow of the universe to bring your desire to you in the best possible way. Releasing resistance means letting go of your need to control the details and trusting that the universe knows the perfect timing and method for delivering your desire. It means releasing attachment to the outcome and allowing yourself to remain open to all possibilities. Releasing resistance also involves letting go of the past. Many people carry resistance in the form of unresolved emotions or past experiences that still affect their present reality. Whether it's a past failure, disappointment, or trauma, these lingering emotions can create a barrier to manifesting new possibilities. When you are stuck in the past, you are not fully present in the now, which is where all manifestation takes place. To release this resistance, you must be willing to let go of the past and forgive yourself and others for any perceived wrongs. This doesn't mean ignoring or repressing your feelings, but rather acknowledging them, processing them, and then consciously choosing to release them. By doing so, you free yourself from the emotional weight that's been holding you back and open yourself up to new opportunities. Another aspect of releasing resistance is learning to go with the flow. Resistance often comes from trying to force things to happen or pushing against the natural rhythm of life. When you try to force something, you are operating from a place of lack, fear, or impatience, which creates resistance. Instead, you must learn to trust the process and allow things to unfold naturally. This doesn't mean being passive or not taking action, but rather taking inspired action from a place of alignment and flow. When you are in alignment with your desires, things will begin to happen effortlessly, and the need to push or struggle will disappear. Releasing resistance means surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that everything is happening exactly as it should. Another key to releasing resistance is focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want. Resistance often arises when you are more focused on the lack of what you want than on the possibility of receiving it. For example, if you are trying to manifest abundance but are constantly worried about your financial situation, you are creating resistance by focusing on lack. To release this resistance, you must shift your focus to abundance and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the energy of having what you desire. This shift in focus will help dissolve the resistance and allow your desire to flow into your reality. Releasing resistance is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It requires self-awareness, patience, and a willingness to let go of old patterns of thinking and behaving. The more you practice releasing resistance, the easier it becomes, and the more quickly you will begin to see your desires manifest in your life. By letting go of doubt, fear, limiting beliefs, attachment, and past experiences, you free yourself from the blocks that have been holding you back. You create space for your desires to manifest and allow the universe to bring you everything you've asked for. Repetition is the cornerstone of mastery. Whether it is a skill, a belief, or the manifestation of a desire, repetition serves as the method through which your mind and subconscious become aligned with your intended outcome. By engaging in repetition, you are training your mind to focus on a single outcome consistently, allowing that outcome to take root in your inner world, which then inevitably shapes your outer world. This process might seem simple, but its power lies in persistence. The more you repeat a thought, an affirmation, or a visualization, the more it solidifies within your subconscious mind, making it a part of your reality. The human mind is shaped by repetition. From childhood, we learn through repeating actions, thoughts, and patterns. Just as a child learns to walk through repeated attempts, you can learn to master your inner world through repeated focus on what you desire. This is because repetition rewires your brain, creating new neural pathways that support your intentions. Every time you engage in a repeated thought or action, you reinforce the connection between that thought or action and the desired outcome. Eventually, what once may have felt unnatural becomes second nature. When it comes to manifestation, repetition is essential because it helps break down old patterns of thought and behavior that no longer serve you. If you've spent years thinking in a way that contradicts your desires, such as believing that success is unattainable, or that you are unworthy of love, those thoughts have likely become deeply embedded in your subconscious. They shape your actions, decisions, and the outcomes you experience. However, through the power of repetition, you can overwrite those limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. By consistently repeating affirmations, visualizations, and intentions that align with your desires, you gradually reprogram your subconscious mind to support your new reality. Repetition also builds confidence. The more you repeat something, the more familiar it becomes, and familiarity breeds comfort and assurance. For example, if you're manifesting a new career but doubt your abilities, repetition of affirmations such as "I am capable and deserving of success," or visualizing yourself in your ideal role will begin to dissolve the doubt over time. With each repetition, you start to believe more in the possibility of what you're seeking, and as your belief grows, so does your confidence. This confidence then becomes the fuel that drives you to take inspired actions toward your goals. One of the reasons repetition is so effective is because it engages the subconscious mind, which operates through patterns and consistency. The subconscious mind does not respond well to scattered, inconsistent thoughts and intentions. It requires repeated exposure to a particular idea or belief before it accepts it as truth. This is why simply wishing for something once is rarely enough to bring it into your life. Instead, you must repeatedly focus on your desire, nurture it with consistent thought and emotion, and act as if it is already yours. Over time, your subconscious mind will begin to accept your repeated input and work behind the scenes to bring about the circumstances and opportunities that align with your intention. Repetition is also a way of keeping your mind disciplined. The mind naturally tends to wander and can easily be distracted by doubts, fears, or external circumstances. However, by consistently repeating what you want to manifest, you keep your mind focused on the goal. This focus is crucial because the mind has a tremendous influence over your emotions, actions, and the energy you emit into the world. When you repeat thoughts that align with your desires, you maintain a higher level of vibrational energy, which attracts corresponding outcomes into your reality. Repetition keeps you locked into the frequency of what you want, helping you maintain alignment, even when outside circumstances might try to pull you off track. It's important to note that repetition for mastery does not mean mechanical repetition devoid of emotion or intention. It's not about mindlessly repeating words or thoughts without feeling. For repetition to be truly effective, it must be infused with emotion and belief. The energy you bring to your repetition matters. If you are simply going through the motions without truly feeling or believing in what you're repeating, your subconscious mind will not fully accept the message. Therefore, each time you repeat an affirmation or visualization, engage your emotions. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, the joy, or whatever emotion aligns with your desire. This emotional charge amplifies the effectiveness of the repetition and accelerates the manifestation process. Consistency in repetition is key. It's not enough to repeat something once or twice and then expect instant results. Just as a plant needs consistent watering and care to grow, your desires need consistent nurturing through repeated thoughts, beliefs, and actions. This is where many people falter. They give up too soon, thinking that because they haven't seen immediate results, the process isn't working. However, just because you don't see instant changes doesn't mean that changes aren't happening beneath the surface. Every repetition is like a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious mind. And with consistent care, those seeds will eventually sprout and flourish. Repetition for mastery also involves persistence in the face of challenges. There may be times when doubt creeps in, when external circumstances seem to contradict your intentions, or when the results you seek don't appear to be manifesting. These are the moments when repetition becomes even more crucial. By continuing to repeat your focus on what you want, despite what might be happening around you, you demonstrate unwavering faith in the process. This persistence signals to the universe and to your subconscious mind that you are serious about your intention, that you are committed to seeing it through, no matter what. In turn, this commitment strengthens your belief and accelerates the manifestation process. Repetition for mastery is about creating a new mental and emotional framework that supports the reality you want to experience. It's about training your mind to focus on what you desire, rather than what you fear or doubt. Through repetition, you can transform your subconscious beliefs, strengthen your confidence, and maintain alignment with your goals. Over time, what you repeatedly focus on becomes your reality. The process requires patience, persistence, and emotional engagement, but when done with intention, repetition becomes the most powerful tool in your manifestation arsenal. Trusting the process is one of the most essential components of manifesting anything in your life. It is the bridge between setting an intention and receiving the manifestation. Often people become so focused on the outcome they desire that they forget the importance of allowing the universe, or the subconscious mind, to unfold events in its own perfect timing and sequence. Trusting the process means having faith that the moment you place a clear intention, the universe begins to orchestrate everything needed to bring that intention into reality, even if you cannot yet see the physical evidence of it. When you trust the process, you release the need to control every aspect of how or when your desire will come to fruition. You recognize that your role is not to figure out all the details, but to remain aligned with the end result, believing with certainty that it is already done. By doing this, you allow the natural flow of events to guide you toward your manifestation. This trust is not passive, it is an active form of faith. It requires you to hold on to your belief, even when circumstances around you seem contradictory, knowing that the process is still unfolding in your favor. One of the greatest challenges people face in trusting the process is impatience. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, the idea of waiting for something to unfold naturally can feel uncomfortable. When people don't see immediate results, they may start to doubt, fear, or question whether their manifestation is truly possible. They begin to wonder if they are doing something wrong, or if their desires will ever come to pass. However, this impatience only serves to block the manifestation. The moment doubt enters the mind, it sends conflicting signals to the universe, making the path toward the goal unclear. Trusting the process requires patience. It requires you to understand that the universe works in its own divine timing, which is always perfect for the fulfillment of your desire. Sometimes what seems like a delay is actually a necessary step in aligning you with the best possible outcome. You might not be aware of the many invisible forces at work, people. Events, opportunities that are coming together to bring about what you've asked for. By trusting the process, you allow these forces to work without interference. You trust that everything is happening exactly as it should, even if it's not happening on your preferred timeline. Another aspect of trusting the process is letting go of the need for constant validation. Often people feel the need to check on the status of their manifestation as if it's something they can measure or monitor. This might manifest as overthinking, obsessing over signs, or continually looking for evidence that their desire is coming to life. But this constant checking stems from a lack of trust. It implies that you don't believe the process is working unless you can see proof. Trusting the process means stepping back and allowing things to unfold naturally without the need for constant reassurance. It's about having an inner knowing that your manifestation is on its way, regardless of any immediate signs. The process of manifestation often involves unseen shifts and changes in the background. These shifts may not always be visible to you, but they are happening nonetheless. Trusting the process means accepting that some things need time to align. There may be lessons you need to learn, experiences you need to have, or personal growth you need to undergo before your desire can fully manifest. Trusting the process allows you to embrace these moments, understanding that they are part of the journey toward receiving what you've asked for. The universe knows when you are ready, and it will deliver your desire at the most appropriate time. Another key to trusting the process is releasing resistance. Resistance comes in many forms: doubt, fear, impatience, frustration, but all of these emotions signal to the universe that you don't fully trust the process. When you resist, you are energetically pushing against the natural flow of manifestation, creating blockages that delay or prevent your desire from manifesting, Trusting the process means letting go of these negative emotions and embracing a state of peace, surrender, and acceptance. It's about aligning yourself with the belief that what you asked for is already yours, and that the universe is working to bring it to you in the best possible way. Trusting the process also means being open to the possibility that your manifestation may come in a form different from what you initially envisioned. Sometimes the universe delivers something even better than what you thought you wanted. If you are too rigid in your expectations, you might miss out on a greater opportunity. By trusting the process, you allow the universe to bring you the best version of what you desire, even if it doesn't look exactly the way you imagined. You release the need to control the outcome, and trust that whatever comes is for your highest good. Trusting the process helps you remain calm and centered in moments of uncertainty. When challenges arise, it's easy to fall into doubt or fear, questioning whether your manifestation is still possible. However, trusting the process means knowing that challenges are part of the journey, and that they often lead to growth or new insights that are essential to receiving your desire. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, you begin to see them as opportunities for refinement, clarity, and deeper alignment with your goals. Trusting the process is not about passive waiting. It's about active alignment. It requires you to stay connected to your vision, to continue feeling and acting as though your desire is already fulfilled, and to maintain a positive mindset throughout the journey. It means showing up each day with the belief that the universe is conspiring in your favor, and that every step you take, whether big or small, is moving you closer to your goal. The more you trust the process, the more you allow the natural flow of events to bring you what you seek. Trusting the process is a practice of faith. It is a deep belief that the universe is abundant, and that what you desire is not only possible but inevitable. This trust frees you from the burden of doubt, fear, and impatience, allowing you to move through life with ease and confidence. You know that the process is always working in your favor, even when you can't see it. And in that trust you find peace, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Gratitude in advance is a powerful practice that aligns your mindset and emotions with the energy of abundance, allowing you to attract the things you desire into your life. This practice involves expressing heartfelt thanks for something you have not yet received, but are confident will come to fruition. By embodying a state of gratitude before your desires manifest, you tap into a higher frequency that aligns you with your aspirations. This principle is rooted in the understanding that what you focus on expands, and by cultivating gratitude, you can shift your focus from lack to abundance. When you express gratitude in advance, you are essentially affirming your belief that your desires are already on their way to you. This proactive approach helps to dismantle any limiting beliefs that may linger in your subconscious mind. Often people find themselves trapped in a cycle of doubt, questioning whether their desires are achievable or even possible. However, gratitude helps to disrupt this cycle by fostering a sense of certainty and positivity. When you express thanks for what you desire, as if it has already manifested, you create a mental and emotional space that allows you to receive those desires with open arms. This practice also engages the power of visualization. When you express gratitude for your desires in advance, you can vividly imagine what it feels like to have them in your life. Picture the specific details, how it feels to achieve your goals, the emotions that come with success, or the joy of receiving love, abundance, or any other desire you hold. This imaginative process not only solidifies your desire in your mind, but also instills a sense of ownership over it. The more vividly you visualize and express gratitude for your desires, the more real they become in your subconscious mind, leading to increased motivation and inspiration to take aligned action toward those goals. Gratitude in advance connects you to the emotional frequency of your desired outcomes. Emotions are powerful energetic forces that influence your vibration and attract similar energies. When you feel gratitude, you elevate your vibration, making it easier to attract experiences that resonate with that high frequency. For example, if you desire financial abundance, cultivating gratitude for the financial freedom you are about to experience shifts your energy from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. This shift attracts opportunities, resources, and people aligned with that frequency, enhancing your ability to manifest what you want. Incorporating gratitude in advance into your daily routine can have transformative effects. One effective method is to create a gratitude journal where you write down the things you are thankful for as if they have already happened. For instance, you might write, "I am so grateful for the loving relationships in my life," or "I am thankful for the financial abundance that flows to me effortlessly." By consistently practicing this form of gratitude, you begin to rewire your brain to focus on the positive aspects of your life rather than the things you lack. This shift in focus can create a ripple effect, attracting even more positive experiences into your reality. Another powerful technique is to incorporate gratitude into your meditation practice. Spend a few moments in stillness, visualizing your desires and feeling a deep sense of appreciation for them. Allow yourself to experience the emotions associated with achieving your goals. This deepened emotional connection amplifies your manifestation efforts as you align your energy with what you wish to attract. Over time, this practice can create a profound sense of inner peace and joy as you cultivate an ongoing relationship with gratitude, which becomes a guiding force in your life. It's also important to recognize that gratitude in advance is not just about the big goals or dreams. It can be applied to daily experiences and small moments of joy. By expressing gratitude for the little things in your life, you train your mind to recognize the abundance that already exists. This practice helps you develop a mindset of appreciation and abundance, which lays the groundwork for manifesting larger desires. As you celebrate the small victories and joys, you create a positive feedback loop that reinforces the belief that more good things are on their way to you. Another critical aspect of gratitude in advance is that it helps to alleviate fear and anxiety related to your desires. Often, the fear of failure or the uncertainty of achieving goals can create mental blocks that hinder your manifestation efforts. By focusing on gratitude, you shift your perspective from fear to excitement. You become less concerned with the potential pitfalls and more attuned to the possibilities. This positive mindset fosters resilience, allowing you to navigate challenges with grace and confidence. You understand that obstacles are merely stepping stones on your path, and your gratitude helps to maintain your motivation and enthusiasm. Gratitude in advance also cultivates a sense of community and connection with others. When you express appreciation for the support and love you receive from family, friends, and mentors, you create stronger bonds that open yourself up to receiving even more support. This interconnectedness enhances your manifesting power, as you attract a network of like-minded individuals who uplift and inspire you. When you express gratitude for the contributions of others, you create a cycle of giving and receiving that fosters abundance in your life. Practicing gratitude in advance can profoundly affect your overall well-being. The act of being grateful releases feel-good hormones such as dopamine and serotonin, which boost your mood and promote a sense of fulfillment. As you cultivate a consistent gratitude practice, you may notice an increase in your overall happiness and satisfaction with life. This positive state of being becomes magnetic, drawing more favorable experiences toward you and reinforcing your belief in your ability to manifest your desires. Gratitude in advance is a powerful and transformative practice that enhances your manifesting efforts. By expressing heartfelt thanks for what you desire, as if it has already come to fruition, you align your mindset, emotions, and energy with the frequency of abundance. This practice fosters a sense of certainty, empowers visualization, elevates your emotional state, and cultivates a positive and resilient mindset. As you incorporate gratitude into your daily routine, you unlock the doors to endless possibilities, allowing you to receive everything you desire and more. The more you practice gratitude in advance, the more you open yourself up to the abundant universe, and the more effortlessly your dreams will manifest into reality. In conclusion, learning how to effectively ask the universe before sleep is a profound practice that can transform your reality. By harnessing the power of your subconscious mind during the transition between wakefulness and sleep, you open a doorway to endless possibilities. Focusing on what you want rather than what you lack allows you to shift your energy towards abundance and positivity. Through visualization with intention, you create a vivid mental picture that draws your desires closer, while feeling as if your wishes are already fulfilled propels you into alignment with your goals. Asking with conviction cultivates a strong belief in your ability to manifest your desires, while releasing resistance eliminates the blocks that may hinder your progress. Repetition for mastery reinforces your new mindset and behaviors, solidifying your connection to your aspirations. Trusting the process is crucial, as it fosters patience and allows you to navigate the journey without fear or doubt. Finally, expressing gratitude in advance elevates your emotional state, aligning you with the frequency of abundance and attracting the experiences you seek. Embracing these principles creates a powerful framework for manifesting your desires and transforming your life. Remember, the universe is always listening, and by consciously engaging with it through your thoughts and feelings, you can bring your dreams into reality. As you lay your head down each night, remember to ask with intention and gratitude, trusting that the universe is conspiring in your favor. With practice and belief, you have the ability to create the life you desire and deserve.